Hello and welcome to InvestorToday.ca. I'm your host, Dave Glover. InvestorToday.ca is brought to you in conjunction with RBL Communications, your online IR specialist. Joining me today for an update is Chris Meraw. Chris Meraw is the president of Debut Diamonds. Debut Diamonds is a wholly owned Canadian company which trades on the CNSX under the symbol DDI. Chris, welcome to the show.
Thanks, Dave. Thanks for having us on today.
Well, we're very happy to have you on here. It's August 23rd, 2012, and I understand you've just put out a news release on your Nakina Project.
Yes, we've been fortunate enough to be able to put out some news finally on Nakina. Nakina, just for those that aren't familiar with the project, is located approximately 80 kilometers north of the town of Nakina, which sits on the north shore of Lake Superior. Nakina covers a total of 85 individual mining claims, where Debut holds a 100% interest in 57 of the claims and has an option to earn a 70% interest in the additional 28. So it's an 85-claim cluster, and none of the exploration targets at Nakina have been drill tested. The upcoming program is really designed to test, distinct magnetic features that are interpreted to be potential kimberlite pipes, as determined by analysis of airborne magnetic data that was generated in 2010 by the Ontario Geologic Survey. We're hunting for kimberlite. We're hunting for diamondiferous kimberlite, in other words, diamonds within kimberlite. And we're going to be drill testing, Dave, 20 of our high-priority targets with a hollow stem auger that's capable of coring bedrock once it's reached, and therefore enabling the identification of kimberlite. We plan to follow up this immediately by a program that utilizes a diamond drill to reach deeper targets in the area. So the first phase of drilling at Nakina represents an initial expenditure of $750,000 for the exploration of select targets that are located within the traditional lands of Arrowland First Nation. Arrowland is a First Nation. The traditional lands encompass a lot of our targets at Nakina, and each of these targets was surveyed for the existence of any archaeologic or cultural values, grave sites, sacred sites, and permission to proceed with early exploration at Nakina on these select targets has been approved by Arrowland. So all the required agreements and permits are either in place or expected shortly.
Well, that sounds fantastic. Any idea how many holes we're going to see drilled this season?
Well, we're going to go after 20 of these targets that we consider to be the highest priority. We've got 85 claims, which represent essentially individual targets. But I can tell you that reaching the agreement with Arrowland First Nation to move on select targets at Nakina really represents a solid step forward for Debut. The modernization of the Ontario Mining Act is sort of a work in progress. And, as of April 1st this year, junior mining companies really have to put into place not only a relationship and a discussion, but you have to actually come to an agreement to explore your mining claims as of April 1st of this year. If you're going to use mechanized equipment on a specific mining claim on a First Nation traditional territory, you have to come to an agreement with the community, with the band, with the council. And, we've been able to do this with Arrowland. We've spent probably, close to 9 months in this discussion since we optioned the original 28 claims at Nakina. And then, of course, we acquired 100% interest in the 57 just a couple weeks ago. So, while we've been looking at additional targets, which we've acquired in the area, we've been working on, constructing a long-term relationship with the Arrowland community and chief and council. So we're really excited to be, sourcing certain goods and services from Arrowland. We're going to be providing training and employment opportunities throughout the duration of the project, and there are some certain socioeconomic benefits that that really kick in here for Arrowland. So it's a mutually beneficial relationship. All the targets have been, as I said, surveyed for the existence of archaeological, sacred, or cultural values, and this is the way it has to be done moving forward.
Well, and it sounds like the modernization of the Mining Act has really been a motivator for Debut Diamonds to build a relationship with the First Nations, and I think that was probably the desire, not just from the province, but from the First Nations as well.
Well, we saw it coming, and we raised $3.5 million of flow-through financing for our exploration work in the last 6 months of 2011 before the company was spun out from former parent KWG Resources in December. So, we could have gone in there last September. We could have gone in there last November. We could have even gone in there, this past January. And under free access, the old rules of the Mining Act, stake a claim, register it with the Ministry of Northern Development and Mines, and then under free access, just show up and start drilling. But knowing that as of April 1st, the rules were effectively going to change, the game was going to change, we decided to begin the discussion, really, last September, shortly after we optioned the original 28 claims for our Nakina project. So, we took the long road, we took the patient road, but we've built the relationship, achieved the permission, taken the elders out, to the drill targets, done the survey, the archaeologic survey.
Well, you know what? It sounds like you guys are really on the right track there at Debut Diamonds, Chris. And, this news that you've just released today is pretty exciting. It should obviously do what is needed for a public company, and that is raise awareness and also raise that price.
A lot of companies out there, the junior exploration companies, have been hurt hard with the markets aren't, that great these days. There's a lot of clouds and a lot of headwinds globally that have been affecting financial markets, but we're really excited to be ready to go at Nakina. As I said, we're well capitalized to complete all exploration now through the end of 2012. Now we're hoping to make some discoveries, hopefully find some diamond-bearing kimberlite in these first 20 high-priority targets. With that, certainly we'd probably be able to generate, really good news and get a lift on the stock price. And then, of course, we're already looking at 2013 and advanced exploration, based on good results on this initial 6 months up here. So, really, when we go out to raise our next financing and raise that money that we're going to need for 2013 as far as exploration work goes, we want to do it at higher share prices. And so, wish us luck with the program here, the early exploration at Nakina. Let's see what we can do with good news and results on these first 20 high-priority targets. And we think the rest of the elements will take care of themselves.
Well, I've been speaking with Chris Meraw, who is the president of Debut Diamonds, which trades on the CNSX under the symbol DDI. And your relationship building with First Nations, obviously that's going to bring you continued success. Chris, I want to thank you for being on the show today.
Thank you very much, Dave, and all the best to you and your team.
And thank you, viewers, for tuning in, and we'll see you next time here on InvestorToday.ca. I'm Dave Glover. Thanks again.